but I'm standing on business when it's mine. I've been.
Listen, this is Fathers Unmuted, where we impact fathers and give them the understanding that you can be present. Why is it important? Because our kids need us.
Yeah.
Now, I have a special guest that's not only a father, he's a visionary. He's a leader. He's God-fearing, a mentor. He's a man of wisdom. He's a husband, and more than anything, we share the same birthday.
Oh, come on, Savannah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to mention it.
We share
Let
the
'em
same
know. That's
birthday.
all.
We share the same birthday. Eddie, go
Yes,
ahead
sir.
and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome. Excuse me. Thank y'all so much. And I want to say to you, Malcolm, thanks for the invitation to come and be a part of everything you're doing, man. My name is Eddie Crockett. I am all the things he said. And so my wife and I own what we are branding as an empowerment firm. Okay. Authentic You Empowerment is our baby, where we help provide resources.
Okay.
And so the whole tagline and motto with that is to help you start where you are to get where you dream. And so it's so funny you mentioned about the years of wisdom and stuff like that. Wisdom is gained because you make mistakes. Shout out to Cole for listening to me. But man, it just comes with the territory. And so for us, just having done a lot of stuff along the way, we feel like it's our obligation to kind of help people to avoid mistakes. And so for us, that's what we're doing. So it's just building a brand, helping a bunch of folks in the areas of business, personal finance, and mindset.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I love that. So the mindset, I see it all the time on your social media. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing. It can be life insurance, real estate, any working out. You always throw a positive message in there.
Hey man, got to, bro, because it's a lot of negative, especially during this time. If folks need a source, I found out over the last couple of years that one of the gifts, or my main gift, my contribution to this world is hope.
Yeah, and
that's my gift. And so for me, man, just to be able to let somebody know that you can hold on. You much more of a fighter than you believe. And if you keep at it, you're going to win. Because the race ain't given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
Yes, sir.
But it's to the one that can outlast.
Yes, sir.
If you can outlast, preacher, if you can outlast, I'm telling you, boy, if you can outlast, come on, somebody. But I leave that alone, boy. Ain't no keyboard in here.
Hey, type of amen in the chat if you see this.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
so
man.
let me ask you this. Let's start with the man before the business.
Okay.
Right? As a father, what has fatherhood taught you about responsibility and legacy?
Man, listen, I think the level up, my greatest level up came when Eddie Jr. showed up.
Yeah.
It was just something about when Tia, had the little moment, water broke, I think it's time, everything just kind of like, man, it got real quick. So Eddie was born on June 25th, 2009.
Okay.
Most people who may be watching this, that sounds significant because that's the day Michael Jackson died.
Got you.
So we like to joke because around the time we found out he died, that's when Eddie finally showed up. So we like to say that they high-fived each other, one on the way up, one on the way down, right? Because Eddie is all music. And so thinking about his gifts and just kind of the way he came out, just bright kid, beautiful personality, just joyful, just giggly, all the stuff. It just kind of made me think like, man, you've been given charge and the responsibility of caring for someone who's been given a pure start. All right. And no matter what your current looks like, you have the responsibility to make sure that you navigate his experience with wholeness. Not to try to coddle or shelter so much that he doesn't get a real experience, but you have to navigate it. And so for me, to answer your question, right, it just got real. And when you talk about responsibility, like it just shifted. It's like, okay, this man's everything is in my hands. And when I held him for the first time, it was just like, yo, everything has to turn up. Wow. So I got to get to 7 figures. I got to get to, just all the things as far as business. Yeah. So
how did you do that? Because I know you were saying to allow him to have the experience, but still trying to.
Correct.
Because we all have our personal. We
Correct.
Like, son, listen, I know that direction. How do you do that?
I think one of the things is, first of all, remembering what you didn't have. That was one of the ways I found a flow to parenting. It's like, okay, what do I remember not having during what I see him going through? And then leaning in to say, okay, if I had this what that looks like. But also remembering what I did get.
Right.
Because I was came up single parent home. My dad wasn't there. I didn't meet my father till I was 16. He was locked up, and it was crazy because the first time I laid eyes on him, even in that moment, just answered so many questions. I'm like, okay. Like you just see him, the build, the thoughts, the way he talked, all the things. But for Eddie, just knowing, because he's the first, it's like, how do you do it is just, again, remembering what I didn't have. So the moments when it's like, okay, if I wish my dad was there to say this,
right,
or my dad was there to just look at me a certain way so I know to get back on track, right? That type of thing, assuming relationship and previous conversations, but just being there. I think that was the biggest thing as well. Because sometimes daddy don't got to say a lot.
Right, just that look.
It's that look.
Right.
And you could do that early. I mean, I can remember clear times where you can parent from the stage.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tighten up.
for real.
That tighten up look.
So for those who don't know, worship is a thing for me. Like I lead worship, singing, all the stuff. Music is the way I put my myself through college. My mom heard me singing in the shower. From the shower went to the choir. From the choir went to the stage with high school and everything. And from there, it's been a thing. So most people know me for music and or business.
Okay.
So man, long story short, man, just put me in a space where those gifts and those talents helped me with parenting and getting back on track. So kind of lost my thought what I was saying there, but just
good.
I don't want to get all over the place.
No, you're
so,
good.
yeah.
You actually took me to a question I had. Well, I have two questions.
Okay.
But we're gonna talk about the singing. Because I love doing research. So
Okay.
anyone that comes on the platform, I saw you did it was a young lady you were doing a singing with probably a few months back.
Okay.
You were on stage, and I was like, I didn't know he sang.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the foundation, man. That's the core that got us into the business space. Because my teacher at that time, she literally groomed us to be able to handle ourselves in professional environments. I mean, I can remember they're booking us for events where we would hear gentlemen have conversations where they were upset that they made $500,000 in 30 days.
Wow.
I'm like, wait, you mad at $500,000 in 30 days? So, and I'm like, well, my mom, she navigating 60 in a year. So this is the room I'm trying to get in.
Yeah.
And so that literally put me on the business path, the music stuff, because it just opened up the door to be in the room, to be in the spaces and stuff like that.
And build a relationship.
Yep. And I think over the years, that's another reason why, we've been able to get information that we brought back to our side of the tracks, proverbially, if you will. Like, it's just, we went over there, got information, and we came back and said to the home team, hey, this is how we come up, because this is what they know.
I like that. With your dad not being there till 16, did you have a role model to show you what fatherhood looked like?
I had to lean in on some guys, because just back then, a lot of guys was, I would say they weren't examples that I would want to follow, just because I had an idea of what type of career and standard that I was after. Okay. But there were gentlemen that just kind of stepped in, and I would say I found that in the church, family. The uncle that I'm named after, I lean into him. Yeah, a little bit. Now he old school. Don't say much. He gonna walk into the room, and that's what I was going to say earlier about parenting from the stage. Like, it's just a look, and that's what I was going to say about. I can remember times when I'd be up singing, and I'll look at Eddie from the stage. Him and his brother, they be carrying on. I'm in the song, and I'm looking like, so they looking at the eyes, but I'm singing. Crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, they straighten up real fast.
Real quick. And so then my uncle, he was that type for me. Like, he didn't have to say too much. He just looked, and it was like, oh, yeah. And then I just, most times it was involved me shutting up when he would talk. Because it's like, he just helped me realize there was a lot of goofy stuff came out of my mouth at a young age. And again, as an orator, you see those skills come to light because somebody's allowing you to say, hey, chill out.
Tighten up.
I
know exactly what you mean. So with my son, like, I'll go to his school, so I'm very, very active.
How old is he now?
4. He's 4 now. He'll be 5 real soon. So I go to his school, and he's playing, or even if the teacher's doing something, and he has this one buddy. I don't want to. Well, I'm not gonna say the little kid name.
Don't.
Bad. And I look at the father when he comes in. I'm like, bro, like what you doing? like what's up? With my son, I'll
Like,
notice
what y'all on?
he'll start doing whatever, and then he'll look at me, and I'll just be like, and you see him straighten up, and straighten up real fast, or he'll tell the teacher, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Yeah, exactly. Because he
straighten
knows.
up.
Yeah, and that speaks to relationship, and it also says a lot about who you are as a father because you're instilling those standards in him at an early age.
Right.
You know, they say so much. Well, you know, the Bible talks about how you train up a child in the way that they should go, so then when they're old, they won't depart. Psychologically, they say that a child's mind develops by age 5. They make internal decisions based off what they're taught in the first 5 years of life. And so the fact that a lot of fathers aren't there, you see how kids behave and how they're responding to life already at that age. And so literally you can know who's there and who's not by a 5-year-old and how they behave.
How they respond and act. And that's funny you say that because I feel a lot of fathers, and this goes out to those that are watching.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fathers that are in the home but not present.
Yeah, because we so focus on the provider role only.
Right.
But I think as what I'm calling the new man shows up in this age, like we got to show up emotionally. We got to show up psychologically. We got to show up socially. We got to show up relationally, and not just financially. We definitely got to show up spiritually because those kids, and especially our boys, I'm always saying them boys because it's the next generation of men. They counting on us.
Yeah.
We got to define that. We got to show them who they are. And although that may sound limiting to some people, that's just the standard of life.
Right.
Like Adam was given the charge to identify and to name and to set order. There's nothing wrong with that.
Correct.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's the issue that a lot of us don't want to stand up and take our rightful place.
Right.
To say, hey, this is who I am. It's my job to help you identify so you can have clarity about who you are.
That's true.
And you'll know what not to do with your life.
That's true. What would you say to that mother, right, that doesn't have the father that's there? Like, how could we impact that community? Because I feel like, granted, whatever the situation is, there's like you until 16.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't have that uncle.
Yeah.
What would you say would be that navigation for that mother?
Man, thinking about that, and then again, going back to what I wish I had, it would just have been the resource available. So someone could have said, and my mom's name's Annie, but someone could have said to Annie, hey, send him here.
Right.
And this type of child that you have, right, a little smarter, talk a little more, need to get outside a little more instead of sitting around the plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, send him here. And I think for us, that means just showing up, being available, creating programs. Like, I just got a taste and a fervor for wanting to mentor youth. And I don't know why that showed up so late for me. Because we always giving back. Right. I guess for me, I've always had a focus on adults. That is like, yeah, but the ones that are turning 16 and 18, like, they can listen now. Like, get them in a room, start talking to them. So that kind of a thing. So I think for us, that means showing up, creating programs, opportunities for them to get in the room and see. Because sometimes you don't know what you want till you get a picture of it.
Correct.
And most times we can connect with an idea of where we want to go just from having an initial experience.
Correct. Man, I want to give you your flowers before we continue,
man. Watch out, man. Chill out, bro.
You're a prime example of how to treat your wife.
Oh man, thank you.
You're a prime example. I look at you like I was looking. Man, I'm telling you, I was researching you, and but you're a prime example. Like, you build her up. You guys connect. Y'all do business. Like, every aspect of how to treat your wife. You're a prime example, and I feel like for your son, he has exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are kids that don't have that. But if they were to see you or be around your son, they can just walk in. You know what I mean? Walk into it. We had a guest last week. We had two on the same platform at the same time. One had a father and one did not.
Wow.
So he was able to see how his friend father was treating. So he learned.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and I pray, and I'm pretty sure that in little kids, man, everyone can see what you do, because you are a prime example of how to treat your wife.
I appreciate that. And for me, even on the way here, man, I'm just always wanting to make sure that I'm moving the needle forward and just trying to be a better man. Because that's all I care about, man. We can do all the things, but if the folks that I wake up with every day can't say the same thing that somebody on the outside looking in can say, like, it don't matter. It's all trash.
Yeah.
It's all trash. And all that good talking that somebody could do, but your wife and kids don't feel the same way. Like, bro, what you on?
Yeah.
And so that drives my thinking in terms of how I relate. And even causes me sometimes to pull back too much in what I know they need, because I don't want them to always assume that it's negative, because I want to guide and am called to correct in those moments, right? To course correct, because that's just a natural knack for, every man is worth his salt. Like, you want it to be better.
Right.
And so I appreciate that. And it's encouraging, because, man, I tell you, sometimes you get in that fight, I'm like, Lord Jesus, what y'all mad about that? So, they be around the house. I'm like, man, Lord, help me. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Lord Jesus. Yeah,
So,
my crew.
I mean, you and your man, y'all have real estate. There's times I see you like, hey, we done flipped another one. I was like, oh, they doing it. They doing it. Oh, we done did it again.
Listen, man. We
and
gotta
you
help
connected.
folks.
I called you recently for certain things, right? And he was like, oh, here, this person.
Yep.
I was like, man, like, who don't he know?
2 days. And that's crazy. I just, we onboarded a new agent.
Okay.
To kind of speak to what you're saying. She had a couple transactions that she wanted to get started. And I'm referring to real estate right now, because I've started to do real estate mentoring and stuff like that, realtor mentoring. So anyway, long story short, these buyers, I don't even think they was qualified for $250,000 in terms of a house. So they had started their search prematurely, but they started. So I'm like, well, why y'all think of this? Do this. Oh, we ain't think of that. So I mean, literally 2 phone calls. Their budget went up by $100,000. We were able to lock in with 1 or 2 programs to get some down payment assistance funds. And then the builder kicked in about 15, 20 G's for them to be able to close. So they bought more house, paid the same amount of money, and was able to move in within 30 days of our conversation. It would have been 40 days of our conversation, but the husband was like, no, I ain't finna double up on this rent. He ain't want to pay rent in both places. So it was within 60 days of our first conversation, they was closing on the house.
So
yeah.
Before I even continue with this, I have a question with your son. How do you show him, because you're great at building relationships, like you just naturally just great. You and your wife are great at building relationships. How do you show him the importance of relationships and how to build the right ones and move away from the ones that are not beneficial?
I think for me, it's, again, instilling the values in him, right? Those core values, core beliefs, integrity, compassion, and consideration. And that's what I'm on with them right now, because they're teenagers. Because Eddie's 16, Benjamin's 13, and both of them can get into a place where they only think about themselves. And so even as adults, that's the thing. But for me, it's teaching them to care about somebody else other than yourself, and to see stuff and make it better. So when they're at home, and they can tell you right now, I think Eddie bad right now. But it's like, bro, don't walk by stuff and not make it better. You can fix that. And no one has to know you fixed it.
Right.
You just fix it because it needed to be fixed. You should want things to be better because you showed up.
Right.
And that's it. And so for me, like, it's instilling them, they say it a different way in the streets, but I'm going to say, son, I need you to have a give a care.
Yeah.
Like, give a care.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't directly involve you or benefit you, just care about it and to care about people. So when you talk about the relationships, building relationships as it relates to the things that are directly related to your destiny and, your desired outcomes, but just care about it. I think a lot of folks just don't have a higher level of consideration and compassion for other people's situation. And I ain't telling you to throw money at people you don't know or something, but I mean, it's just little stuff. Like, pick up the trash when you walk by.
Yeah.
Shake somebody's hand. Smile when you're walking down the street, Even if you're missing a cup of tea, it's all right.
Yeah, just
that
smile.
little, that little joker seeing them gaps, that might bring somebody day.
Yeah,
You see them gaps in your mouth.
That reminds me of the man behind the scenes right now, Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, he don't meet a stranger.
Yeah.
There's times we'll go to a restaurant and he just randomly talking to someone,
Yeah.
and I'm that person, but I've never seen someone outdo me.
Oh, wow.
And that's crazy.
Oh, I got to see that.
Yeah,
that's TV worthy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
outdo me because I'm just, hey, how you doing? Hey, and I'm joking,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he just anybody.
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah, and that's, again, it's a part of our brand, man, as far as the normalized integrity. It's like, make that, and somebody will say it's because y'all from the South or whatever,
Right.
but it's like, no, bro, like it's the human experience.
Yeah.
Like love on somebody.
Right.
It's okay. Like it doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be abnormal for us to just have genuine human connection where
Right.
someone can know just from a look in the eye, a handshake, a dap up that, oh man, this dude care about me for some
Right.
reason. I don't know why, but okay, I can
Something
rock with
about
that.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't have to be weird.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna ask you this: studies show a large percentage of families are only one income stream, right? And they're close to financial struggle because of that. You've built multiple streams, man. You've built multiple. How do you, or what made you become different than the average? Like, what made you go in those directions, knowing you needed those different streams?
Well, I think it became spiritual later on. Having the north, south, east, west idea, like streams coming in from the north, south, east, west, that kind of a thing. But I don't know, maybe just watching numbers and the way things are going economically over the years, like the prices of stuff keep going up, even though nobody can explain why.
Yeah.
Well, won't explain why. I was just joking about this with one of my business partners the other day. I said, I think somebody just decided they just wanted more, and then everybody just jumped on the train. I'm like, hold on now. You ain't moved no more oil barrels
At all.
but because you want more. Now he talking about not a bread man, not a seed man. Everybody want more. So, I just think just navigating the economic climate that was on the way was one reason to say, all right, things are getting more expensive. I had a personal standard of not wanting Tia to have to work if she didn't want to. So I think that was for me because I was on the phone with one of my business partners today, and he was like, well, I want my wife to stay home and all that stuff. And I said, well, look, because he was on one about, men not having that standard anymore and, their wives going to work and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, bruh, I don't have no problem with wives working and stuff. Right. You got to understand, like, that ain't my thing. I'm more about the reason why. But here's the thing. The math has changed. And so if that brother don't want to grow himself to be able to accommodate that desire in him to leave his wife home, then of course you got to work because stuff more expensive.
Absolutely.
But if he's going to maintain that standard, he has to grow. And he has to develop multiple streams. And for me, that was it. Like, it couldn't just be one. And then... So the math, one reason. Number two is there was more in me that I wanted to do. And I wanted to explore more opportunities of what it could look like to layer my gifts and to monetize those gifts within those layers.
Gotcha.
With those layers within the gifts. So it's like, how do I figure this out to make sure that for the things the Lord hasn't said, hey, sow a seed, where can we make money? And so over the years, it's just been cool to discover those ways. And so, that's why we wrote out the education stuff, the teaching stuff, within the real estate stuff, with the flipping. We teach on all those layers, but then we do all those layers. So we invest in about 7 to 10 different types of real estate strategies. With the life insurance stuff, not only do we teach, we're building an agency, but then we layer our income with the type of policies and strategies we lay out for folks, because depending on where your income is, you can layer your retirement plan in something other than a 401k. And I know a lot of times when people hear that, they go straight to the IUL, which is great.
Right.
But a lot of times, if your income level isn't above $250,000, we shouldn't be talking about a 401k because losing money hurts you along the way.
Right.
So you should be looking at vehicles like IULs, guaranteed dividend, whole life policies, high yields, savings accounts to kind of say, okay, what can I do to make sure that the money that I'm making goes out and brings home friends.
Right.
And so then after that, it's just a matter of, okay, I need to diversify income. And we kind of get into a conversation about where the economy is right now in terms of people needing to just understand that one stream is just not going to get it. I mean, unless you're in a situation where you're living off less than 50% of your income and that income is above, even the distressed markets, that income still has to be above $100,000. Yeah. Meaning you living off 50 and you have 50 discretionary, it's just hard to make it right now. And so if that one income stream, again, if your numbers don't look like that, then you definitely need to consider leveling up in multiple streams. So that's why for me, the math and the man, like I just wanted to make sure that it was, I didn't get comfortable.
Got you. So with that, speaking on that, with the IUL and the other one, what would the numbers have to look like to invest into that and also make sure the household is good?
So in terms of those two particular products, the cool thing about it is that you can set those based off your budget. So if you're looking at IULs, whole life dividend policies, it's a matter of you knowing what you can comfortably afford to put those away to cover, number one, your insurance need, because it's an insurance product. Just because it builds cash, you can't lose focus. Like, that's the point of it, right? But then since it has that additional feature, now you can say, hey, I have extra, where can I put it to get growth? And that's where you'll look at those opportunities. Okay. So for me, you know, in terms of a number, we usually say 10 cents on the dollar as a base to start preparing for the future. So if you make, so 10% of your income you should throw at retirement. Most people are doing that through their job by way of a corporate match.
Right.
So you already putting away 3%, but that's 3% on the gross. So considering the net and what's left over, you probably only got another 2.5 left over that you can put into something. And that's if you discipline and don't need it because of your expenses are out of whack. You know, and you don't spend too much, or you got stuff going on where you need that 2.5% to make it. So, I mean, it's a loaded, layered conversation. But again, that's why, again, we sit down and we walk people through this stuff. I got a young couple that they're getting engaged soon, but they already know we're going to be married in 2 years and blah, blah, blah. Well, they already actually engaged because I saw the ring. So, old buddy, he's doing his thing. So, but they're very interested in making sure that they navigate their marriage financially right from day one. And I just told them, I said, hats off to y'all, because you just, at least you got a mind to want to fix it. Well, excuse me, have it right day one, because most people aren't doing that. Gotcha. And they're not sitting down with somebody. And it's so funny because, you know, people go get naked in front of a doctor real quick, but won't sit down with a financial person and lay out what they got going on financially. Because I think a lot of times culturally and mindset-wise, it's just thoughts that are attached to the finances. Like it's assumed that you should figure it out. But if no one taught you, why should you know that?
Right.
Like, same way with a scrambling the egg. If nobody teach you how to do that, why you mad you getting popped? Like, you should have them boils on your arm trying to fry chicken. You ain't never fried no chicken.
At all.
Get out of there.
And it's going to be raw when you're done.
Because you
want to
pulled
fry
it too early. Somebody need to teach you. No, leave it in there. If you want more crisp, longer time. You know, all the things.
And I'll be the first to say, right, I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, Malcolm, you're doing well. But that's one of my things is, like, I invest, I do X, Y, and Z. Okay. But then I'm like, dang, like, this all came in, but at the end of the month, where did it go? Where did it go? And I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. Like, I'm one. Okay. So I'll call it out. A lot of people don't like calling themselves out. I am one.
And I'm on that list as well. I mean, I know that there are months where we've spent more money than we should have going out to eat and gifts and stuff like that. And I mean, if I told you the numbers, y'all would be like, man, that's crazy, bro. Like, at some point, you got to will it in. Gotta will it in, bro. Because if not, you can't be blamed about the financial success that you could have had if you would have just made different decisions. Like, that's on you. Can't blame God. Can't blame other people. Like, it's on you. Yeah. It's on you.
Accountability.
Yes. And I think that's a scary word for a lot of people these days. I don't know, but accountability ain't a cuss word.
No.
It's not a cuss word. No. It's a very good word. It's like the word no.
Yeah. But I like no. And the thing that I learned about no is, so if I was like, hey, matter of fact, hey, Eddie, can you come to the podcast? When you said yes, I didn't question it. Okay. But a lot of people, if you would have said no, I probably still wouldn't have questioned. I understood. But if you notice, when you say no, people always want to know why. Exactly. They never want to know why when you say yes. Okay. So, like, no. That's weird. Yeah, like, tighten up.
Okay, for real.
Tighten up. So let me ask you, right?
Yes, sir.
We insure cars. Okay. We insure homes. Shoot. We even, our phones. Our phones. Those things are insured.
Just on the phone with you the other day. To my man, what's the insurance on that, man? Ready to pay money. God dog it.
But many fathers don't even insure their own lives, nor their children or their families. Why do you think that, and why is it overlooked? Yeah. As a father, why do we overlook those moments?
I think culturally, a lot of us don't insure ourselves because, it's different reasons, but I think a lot of it is I don't want nobody to put me in the ground. It's like the purchasing of insurance it's like an immediacy or a speeding up of death. And I'm like, I don't even understand that.
Right.
Because we all going to get up out of here at some point. Why not set your family up? And I think anybody that has a problem with life insurance really needs to kind of check themselves to kind of say, what's your issue about making sure the lifestyle you provided while you were alive is maintained by your family once you're gone? Because that's all that is.
Right.
And it gives you an opportunity to do that where they can keep everything you've built and get a check from somebody else.
Right.
And so, all those reasons, sometimes it's just the math. Or excuse me, the information. Because, that's the big thing in underserved communities. They don't have the information to know why it's important. And
the lack of knowledge.
Again, the conversation in the house. If dad isn't there to say, son, this is why this is important, and to instill legacy in you, the importance thereof, and the fact that somebody needs to talk to you about 2 generations after you're gone. Bible talks about leaving an inheritance for your children's children. So that means that grandchild, why you leaving all that stuff to them? So that they can do the same thing.
And just keep building.
Correct. Because if I have a conversation with my grandson about legacy and what it means to maintain the importance and the continuation of our bloodline, that bespeaks of the fact that I know that there are things meant to happen in this earth that go beyond my lifetime, but not beyond my name. And when they get it, that means those things have a chance to be lived out because someone else has, watch this, caught a glimpse of the vision that I wrote, and it's plain enough for them to run with it.
Make your vision plain.
Because it's there, it's clear. Oh, granddaddy said this. He on the mural because we supposed to do this, supposed to do this, supposed to do this. And Eddie the Fifth, he knows by this time I should wrap up this down the third as I hear and know what's next for me. So if Eddie the 10th were to show up,
they good.
Everybody know what to do. And everybody got the money to do it.
So I feel like you already told Eddie Jr., hey, be ready to have
I'm working on it.
And just because you don't went to Eddie the 5th to Eddie the 10th.
Let me tell you something. I told him one time, I said, son, it would be very honorable for, Eddie the 3rd to be something you own. But I can't push that on you.
Right.
All right. But I just, it's a nice thought.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get this man to care about that kind of stuff. And he want a car. But I'm like, man, what I look like handing a 6-figure business over to somebody who, anyway, don't get me started about it.
He want the car.
He want a car. I'm like, I don't mind you wanting a car. But I need you to want to care about other stuff than the car. You want a car to ride around, bless his heart. He do be on trying to help his mama, though. Because Tia don't like to drive, like, at all.
See, there you go.
Like, she on that passenger princess stuff.
Hey,
real.
there you go.
So, I think she wants Eddie to drive so she can feel like she ain't bother me. Like, you see, you acting funny. She'll say that. You acting funny. So, now she want to groom Eddie to be her driver.
See,
I think
Eddie Jr., he understand the process.
Yeah, so now he'll know.
Yeah. Get that man a car.
Listen. See what I'm saying? Malcolm, you on the wrong side.
Get that man the car.
I see how you turned that. I need you to come back on this side. It's the fathers unmuted. You can't be. You got to be on this side.
Oh man! So we have a segment that's called "Fathers Unmuted Discuss with Dads."
Okay.
So first and foremost, what we want to do is a shout out to all the sponsors: Wills of Real Estate, Move in Love, the Arca Foundations, and soon to be Discuss with Dads. What we're gonna do in this moment is we're gonna pull a card.
Okay.
You're gonna read it and give us your answer.
Okay.
We both will answer it.
Oh Lord, this ain't nothing too heavy, is it?
No, it's not too heavy.
All right.
You're not too. You can pull any card you want. I already shuffled them.
So it got to be on top?
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to go in the middle.
Okay, there we go.
I'm going to get difficult on y'all.
He was like, Malcolm probably put a card on top.
Try to guide the conversation. Since you want Eddie to have a card and everything, I just spot a peak game. Whatever. Game recognized game.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay. See, this is easy, and it's so funny. The question is, what was your first car, and how did you get it?
Look at God.
Look at God. No, fam. My first car was an 83 Cavalier.
Okay.
And my mom bought it for me, which was crazy because, man, she bought me a car when she didn't have one. I had just got my license. She was in between cars for some reason. And she decided to buy me a car so I can have it to get around for all the music stuff that I was doing.
Wow.
So I had the car for the household, and I was driving her to work. And she bought it. So that's how I got my first car. And his name was Corey. I name on my cars.
Yeah, okay.
Corey Cavalier, that was him.
Okay.
He was gray. You know, I had one speaker that worked in the front.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I had to roll the one up down. Some of y'all don't even remember what that's like, you know? The one window didn't roll down. And it was just always funny knowing that one speaker was all the sound we had. Being in a music person's car and we only had one speaker working. But we thumped that one speaker. But that's it. Yep. Corey Cavalier. And my mom bought me my first car.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
My first one was a Cutlass Sierra.
Okay.
1994.
Okay.
My cousin bought it for me.
Really?
And the reason why he bought it is because I was one of the ones that I would get in trouble, but not like everybody else. But he told me, he was like, I see something in you different.
Okay.
And my mom and my stepdad at the time, we were trying to make it. And then obviously the relationship with my dad and I, we didn't have the best relationship. I really didn't know him, but he was on my dad's side. And he always wanted to pour into me. So he would get me shoes and everything. He was like, hey, you're graduating. You need this car. Cutlass Sierra. The back windows didn't go down. The back windows didn't go down.
The windows, man.
Right.
He's like, why don't windows work?
But that took me. I done been to Miami.
Yeah, all over.
I was pushing it. I was pushing it. So that
cost
was
us some miles. Yeah, and it was crazy. But the Cavalier was so small, bro. When I tell you, I packed 8 people in there. So we going to sing, or we going to see, or we going to this youth conference, or we finna go eat. It's just crazy.
It's all miles.
Okay.
It's all miles. So with another one of our sponsors, with is Moving Love. So they're a faith-based company, clothing brand.
Okay.
And so what they do is obviously clothes, but it's more so message. So I want to give to you.
Okay.
This, you can open it up.
Oh, wow.
They're faith-based, but we actually collab with them.
Yeah.
On it, it says, present as a father, or accountable with, well, here, I'll let you go ahead and break it up.
Yeah, I know, right? All that scrumping in the microphone. Wow. Okay.
Yep. So the back.
Wow.
There you go. Accountable to God, present as a father.
Man, that's
Shout
fire.
out to Moving Love.
That's fire.
And it's actually coming out very, very soon.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you have it.
Right, well, I appreciate that, man.
Yes. So that's Moving Love,
Moving
everyone.
Love. Okay.
Definitely a great company. I wear their merch all the time. And because of how they move, I was like, hey, let's do something.
Yeah.
So that's where.
Well, I appreciate it. We're
Collaboration
gonna get a lot of wear out of this.
Yes, sir.
Come on, see, got a crew neck.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and all that V-neck stuff.
Yes, sir.
I don't want all that.
The material's nice too.
Yeah, it's nice and heavy.
The material's nice.
Yeah, man.
So
That's all you want.
fathers that want life insurance for themselves, right? And for their kids. I know we talked about them not having it, but those that want it but feel it's overwhelmed because there's so many different options.
Correct.
And also, let's keep it real, there's a lot of people out there that just jumped into it but don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
What would you say would be the main go-to for a father?
Okay.
And how can they make sure that it fits their family?
Gotcha. So, backing up, because former educator, right? Can't just not put it out there. But the simplicity is when you're talking about life insurance, you got 2 types. There's term and there's permanent. Term is like renting a house where you have coverage for coverage sake, right? But you can't do a lot of stuff. Like a rental, you can't paint the walls, you ain't putting up a pool, you ain't redoing the kitchen because you don't have ownership or equity in that. Permanent insurance is like owning a house where you build cash inside of it and you can touch that equity, you can touch that cash. So when you ask me the question about what is the go-to, I would always say if there's no coverage, go for term because most times you can get it quickly and it's cheaper because traditionally rent used to be cheaper than mortgage. Used to be. That ain't the case no more. But term insurance is usually cheaper because you can get more coverage because the idea behind it is that it's for a period of time.
Right.
Okay? So the company is willing to say, okay, well, for this amount of time, we'll give you more coverage because we know most people are going to outlast or outlive that policy.
Right.
That's common knowledge. So you shouldn't feel like they're hustling you because you paying them less money to cover you for a higher period of time. So that should be the quick go-to real quick. Get your term policy and run it up. And most times, just as a general rule of thumb, we use something called the DIME method to figure out how much life insurance you should have. So DIME, debt, income, mortgage, education.
Okay.
Right? That's how we lay that out. Debt, income, mortgage, education. So you figure out what those numbers are. So let's say you had 50 grand in credit cards, you made $100,000 a month, you got a mortgage of $500,000, and education is what is the cost to put your kids through school, right? So let's say that was 50, well, a real number. Let's say that was 100 grand as an average in America right now, right? So then the 50 grand plus the income, which we usually say 10 years, 5 years or 10 years, and then the mortgage. So that's 50, $1 million, right? If you make 100 times 10, that's $1 million. $500,000 on the mortgage, that's 1.5. And then let's say you got 2 kids, so then that's $200,000.
$200K.
So essentially that's 1.75 million is what you should run towards, right? Now that policy may be expensive. So if your budget can't handle that, just back it down. Maybe do 5 years of income instead of 10.
Okay.
Right? Or make sure that the mortgage is covered and 1 year of income, or half for the education. However you need to play with the numbers just to make sure something's in place.
Wow.
Right? But just to kind of give a quick reference of how to calculate what the ideal life insurance coverage could look like, but then just run for as much toward that number as possible. So then after the term policy is established, as much of it as you can comfortably afford. Like, don't stress. Just get what you can get. And because the assumption is your income is going to go up. Your financial situation is going to get better.
Right.
So don't feel bad about what you can't get. That ain't where you at right now.
Right.
If you're moving towards the goal and wanting to move forward, you'll get there. Like, be patient with yourself. And so then as you layer the insurance with coverage, at some point you'll want to transition to permanent insurance because of the value and the interest that you can gain inside of the policy.
Wow. Man, you just broke that down on yes, sir.
Made a lot of mistakes, Richard.
Hey,
you gotta talk fast and let it lay it out.
I sat here and I was like, man, I feel like a student right now because I needed that.
Take your notes.
I forgot where we were for a second. I had questions coming to my mind.
Yeah.
But that's late. We'll talk about
Yeah.
Man, I forgot. Well, where was I, bro?
We was talking about insurance, why it's important, fathers, what they should get.
I started doing my math in my head. Okay, all right. So you helped a lot of families, man.
Yeah.
You helped a lot of people. You've impacted so many in today's world, right? Have you ever taken a moment in this journey and stepped back and be like, wow, it's way bigger than myself?
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
That is something I'm working on, because when you're reaching and running for goals so tough, sometimes you forget to take those moments to reflect.
Okay.
So I would say that just being transparent, that's something that I'm working on, to kind of take it back and just to kind of see. I can remember only one time really in the business journey over the last 15 years of doing stuff, like I think it was between 2021 and 2023, like we had really got on one about helping folks with real estate. And long story short, we had helped get like $750,000 of income back into Black and brown families.
Wow.
And so that was one of the times when I was really like, okay, Eddie, like, chill out. You need to sit back and realize that you helped a lot of families. Like, most people don't even make 50 grand a year, but you helped a family get an extra $50,000 to better their situation, eliminate debt, get the kids to college, get the husband home, get the wife home, give people opportunity to rest. Like, you might have saved somebody's marriage in that situation, because sometimes, a lot of marriages could be saved by just a vacation and a little pocket change, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just a strain of stuff. But again, to the question overall, like, that's something I'm working on, to know how to soberly trust God enough to take a break. I had somebody challenge with me the other day to say, look, you so ascribe to grind and to get it from the, mud from the duck, butter from the duck, get it from the mud, all those phrases in the South. It may be an indication of your trust in God, how much you won't take a break. And I had to eat that.
Wow.
Because
deep.
yeah, for real. Because who are you to not know that you good, to just take a break? And God rested. I mean, he rested. He took a whole day and he ain't do nothing. Just look back and say, look what I did. Look what I made. If God can do it, why you can't? Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had to eat that, because that's something most of us don't do. And it sometimes rest can look like weakness, but you building strength.
Yeah.
That's what the body restores and builds strength. We get in the gym, tear down the muscle, but it's the rest that rebuilds it.
That's true.
You get big in your sleep.
That's true. That's true. I've been in the gym consistently the past 2 months.
Yeah, I see that.
And then I
Your
feel
muscles
it.
and things.
I feel it. I feel it. I'm trying.
Okay, shoulders up. What's up, Eddie? Welcome to the podcast. Y'all see it?
That
I knew Lil Malcolm. This Big Malcolm.
yeah. So speaking of that, I went to the gym, and I think this correlates in life as in fatherhood as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be like the person next to you. And when I first went to the gym, I remember going in. So I was in the gym before, but then I gained weight.
Oh yeah,
because I was eating.
Okay.
I was eating.
Made all that money.
Well, trying to get it's coming. That the money coming.
Come on. Yes, sir.
But I noticed playing basketball. I was like, man, I'm not doing 1% of what I could do. Like I'm barely making up and down this court. But I went in the gym and I was working out. And the first day I saw this guy next to me, and we were like the same height and everything. But this dude was like lifting. Yeah. And I told myself, you can't be him. Lift what you can lift. Yep. And just recently, I had brought a friend to the gym. His first time, and he was trying to do everything. You're talking 60 days plus I'm in, and we'll do reps of like 15. So I'll do my 15, and he'll do like 4 or 5 and stop. And then I was like, what are you doing, man? You got more. Okay. Oh, it's hurting. Then lessen the weight. Yeah. Lessen the weight. Yeah. And the reason why I say that, because when you touched on that, there's fathers, and hopefully this kind of hits somebody. You don't have to be like every father. You don't have to be like the next father. But if you can just take a piece from them and gradually get to those phases, you'll be that great father that you want to be. Exactly. It's not overnight. So that you opened my mind up when you said that. You opened my mind up. That's wisdom.
And they used to tell us when I used to work out with the big guys at the gym I was at over in Lakeland. You know, Southern guys, they put stuff in phrases that say a lot with less words. So he'll just say, pick your poison. And that sums what you're saying up for me, is to pick your poison. Don't try to do what I can do. Right. You got to pick yours. And then you call it poison because it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it.
It's going to hurt.
Now, how much do you want to feel it?
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. And that whole comparison thing is something that it's crazy. I always wonder why we assume we have to liken our journeys to somebody else's. I think a lot of us, just because looking at most folks' end goal and thinking we should be there because of whatever reason we made up in our mind. I mean, our brains are amazing that we can do stuff like that. But, bro, your journey is your journey. And if you've been through things that I haven't, that alone is enough reason to say, okay, we shouldn't get there at the same time. Right. And if we happen to do so, praise God, or, oh, my God, how did that happen kind of a thing. But you're right. You're spot on. Like, comparison, that's an enemy of destiny, brother.
That is true, 100%. So there's fathers listening to this right now, right? As we know, there's so many that struggle financially, and you've gotten to the point where you're able to help guide people, get them where they need to be. So that father that's struggling with that, right? I'm very big on 90-day plans. Yeah, that's what I do. Even there's times that you have to add on to the 90 days, but I'm very big on a 90-day plan. If you can give someone a 90-day guidance, generic, right, of what they can do to get them in the right direction of being out of the bind or out of the situation, go ahead and give us that 90 days, sir.
Okay.
Get your notes.
Listen.
Get your notepads and everything ready.
You ready? Well, first thing we got to do is get organized. Okay. Like, we got to know where we are to know where we're going. Okay. Right? If you don't know where you are, there's no way to assess the direction you need to go to reach destination. Right? If I'm in Central Florida trying to get to Miami, and I don't know that, and I just head north, I'm literally going in the opposite direction. Like, you need to know which way you're going. So first we got to assess. So assessment looks like, in terms of finances, the basic situation here, you got to know what's coming in and what's going out. Okay. Second thing you got to do in terms of knowing where you're going is, what do you desire? A lot of people don't know what they desire. You just go to work. You come home, eat chicken wings, watch the game. What do you want out of life, fam? Like, what else is there? There's more to life than you being a provider. Come home, sitting at the game, watching the game. Like, what else do you want? Calling the boys, going to play ball. Like, there's more to it. So getting organized, knowing what you want. All right, do you want to cross six figures if you haven't yet? All right, if you have crossed six figures, are you looking at those next big benchmarks? All right, I just crossed 100. Next is $250,000, $500,000, 750, up to seven figures. Like, what does that look like? Next thing, right, is to say, okay, I've assessed this where I want to go. Since I'm not where I want to be, then it's like, what's the plan to get there? And I would say, we use something called the dollar breakdown to get organized, and that's when you figure out how you spend money in your house. But other than that, it's assessing the income, deciding where you want to go, and then laying out the plan to get there. Laying out a plan looks like sitting down with the folks that can help you get where you want to go. Okay. If that's financial goals, you need to sit down with somebody like myself, somebody like Malcolm, just somebody to get help. Bible talks about how in the multitude of counsel there is safety. So that means things are safer when you got help. The opposite implication is stuff is dangerous when you're trying to do it alone. So it's like, get some help. It's not an indictment against your manhood because you got more men helping you.
Wow.
You ain't no less of a man because somebody's going to help you reach the goals. You got to understand, especially as a father, you have more lives in your hands. So why would you want to navigate more life with less help?
That's true.
That's dangerous. It's dangerous and it's just not as wise. Like you can make a better choice if you just humble yourself and say, okay, let me get some help, right? And it's so funny because that same dude that'll try to do everything alone is the most crazy sports fanatic ever. It's at least 5 people on the basketball team. It's at least 11 guys on the football field. Even the tennis player got a coach and tools, tennis racket and tennis ball. You got to have something.
That's true.
So it's like, play the game right. And so again, assessment, direction, and then a plan to execute.
I like
and
that.
the plan to execute is you got to get help. Without getting into the intricacies of all that, like that's the outline. That's the basic outline. Because even if, like you said, you got to add on to the 90 days, you can do 90-day cycles of what you could label as the come up.
That's true.
Right? So every 90 days, you're looking at your next 90 days. What did that look like? So 90-90, 90-90, 90-90.
Next
and
thing you
go
know.
in on. Next thing you know, 2 years, you're like, oh, we out, man. We going to eat. You know? You on the boat, cruising.
Living.
Okay, y'all in Miami or Bahamas, wherever you going.
Living. Well, where can they find you, Eddie?
So, Facebook, Instagram, kind of where I'm hanging out a lot these days. So, Eddie R. Crockett, Eddie R. Crockett, like Davey, Crockett. If you follow the hashtag Bro Finance, BRO Finance, that's kind of where all the good stuff is. And then our website, www.AuthenticYouEmpowerment.com is where you can find the list of the services and some of the stuff that, a lot of the stuff that we're doing, some of the events. My wife is crushing it right now on the mentorship and mindset side. I love everything that Coach Crockett, that's my wife Tia, she's doing right now. She's launched a business bestie brunch that's coming up at the end of the month. A lot of new faces and opportunities there, and so that's where you can find us.
I like that.
Yeah, that's where you can find us.
Make sure y'all connect with him.
Yes.
Make sure y'all connect with him.
Okay.
He's not on here just to be on here. Connect with him. So we have a ending of Fathers Unmuted.
Okay.
Right? So Fathers Unmuted, off mute.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because a lot of fathers have been silent, but we're trying to make sure they get their voice back. So what we're going to do is give you 10 words.
Okay.
And you give me the first thing that come to mind.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Real estate investor.
Legacy.
Custody.
Ownership.
Legacy.
Accountability.
Mentorship.
Love.
Accountability.
Love.
Child support.
The devil.
But budgeting.
Oh, budgeting. Good.
Inheritance.
Wealth.
Reputation.
Enhancement.
Last but not least, fatherhood.
Grace.
Eddie, I appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
for joining me on
Yeah, man.
Fathers Unmuted.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, this is Fathers Unmuted. Now we've been unlocked, and now it's time to load and be present. See you guys soon.
y'all. Fathers on duty.